That is so frustrating, let me tell you.
I want you to jump like you trying to get stuck in the air. If you feeling so late and don't care, shorty beat in the face in the mirror, up in the air. I want you to jump, 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 jump.
What is up, guys? We're back. It's been a couple days. I've been kind of busy with work, wrapping up a DVD, and finally back in the garage to see if I can get these tabs finally welded on, get this motor all finished up as far as mounting it in there. Taking the car to Bros on Monday now. We're behind a week. It happens. That's just kind of the name of the game with these types of projects. We're on our way though. So right now we have the tabs on the floor. Like I said, I just want to get this transmission mounted up in here so we can get this car rolling. Let's get into this. Let's start by starting to fit up these tabs, cut them to size, weld them up, and get that rolling. Okay guys, we are back under the car, and hopefully you can see this, but here's our tab, and here's about how we're going to have it sit. The tab is simply going to be tacked up in location there, and the other one we're going to have to cut down because the length is shorter on this end, of course. So let's go ahead and break out our welder and get that tacked up. Okay, I got the tabs tacked in. Now I think it's time to pull the motor out, get the transmission out of the way so that I can get all the angles in there and such. Then put it back in, test fit everything. The only dilemma is I don't have any bolts. That might be tricky to finalize this without the bolts. Probably use engine mount bolts. So I quit a little early the other night, but we're back, and today we are going to, like I said, finish welding up the tabs and the supporting plates in the transmission tunnel. Maybe plug weld those holes we screwed up when I removed those spot welds, or kind of removed them. What we need to do is make a little trip to Home Depot to get the bolts for the engine mount and the transmission mount. They're big, like 1/2-inch bolts. They're big boys. For those of you that haven't really worked on project cars, sort of related, very wise to have a little bolt kit. So check this out. I keep mine in the top drawer of my toolbox, but you can get these at like AutoZone or anything, but it's basically like a big assortment of all different size bolts and nuts. And I just can't tell you how handy it is to just have some spare bolts laying around. Like, for instance too, if you have, say, like an old part or an old car and you have like extra bolts that come off that you don't reuse, or you got new ones, I hang on to all that old stuff. And these are honestly, these are all just like extra old bolts that come in handy. Again, just whenever you need them for like, so like here, these transmission mounts, I had some extra bolts from when we put the vise on the bench. Been using those temporarily. I don't have enough, that's why I need to run to Home Depot, but you get the idea. So just a little tidbit of information there. I'm gonna run down to Home Depot, get those bolts, come back, weld those up, bolt everything together, and we should be in pretty good shape. bad news. Home Depot does not carry 9/16 grade A bolt. Called Ace, they do have the bolts so we're in luck. Gonna head over there now. Our Ace is in this little mall. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a Sears, JCPenney, you know, typical mall stuff. We will go grab them. Need one of these. 29.20. No, I don't need one now. Right hand side. Grade 8. 9/16. This length seems about right. Okay, one bag of 3.5 and 4.5 inch grade 8 hardware laid. We are on the way home. Let's go weld up those tabs, bolt this baby in, get this thing off to Ross, finally. At this point, we're back. We've got the bolts, but I want to take you under the car and give you a real close-up look of where I'm at before I start welding and such. Oh, yes. I think 3.5 is going to do it for us. Here's kind of what we got going on. As you can see, these aren't pretty welds by any means yet. These are just temporary tacks, but I ended up beating on the body a bit to reduce the angle of the plate where it attaches to the body. You can see, again, and these welds are okay, but obviously you need to clean them up. Kind of the basic idea and where we're at currently. Next step here, I'm going to pull these bushings out and run the actual bolts through here. And that way we can get a little more room to weld in between there. And also put our actual bolts in here, so it's like an actual real world situation with the bushing and all. So let's do that now. Stop for a second because this welder is constantly popping. Like, it will not lay down a bead. You know when you you weld for your first time and there's just like little balls of wire that, I mean, it's not even a weld, it's I don't even know, it's a mess. And I'm just growing frustrated because I've tried to clean my ground, check the, try different power sources for the welder, try adjusting the wire speed, adjusting the voltage, and I'm just getting frustrated. Again, just did some test beads. This is without gas, all of these 3 or whatever are with gas. You definitely tell the difference. So the welder's fine. I just think it has to do with the grounding on the car, I think. I'm not sure why it does not want to lay a bead. That is so frustrating, let me tell you. I don't know that there's very many more things to me more frustrating when you're working on your car than a welder that won't cooperate. The thing of it is, you're welding on what your car, right? The project. And every time this thing starts popping, pop, 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 doesn't lay down a bead, it's leaving these like pieces that have to be ground off, and oh my God, it's the most frustrating thing ever because I'm laying on my back when I have to grind those off. you know, all the dust is coming down on me, and that's kind of where I'm at. I smell like crap, it's in my hair. It ain't a whole lot of fun when it comes to that, and I honestly don't know what I'm doing wrong with that welder, but it absolutely hates me right now. It does not want to work. It's like it can't strike an arc. The gun is pushing back on me because the wire's trying to come out, but it's not making that arc, so it's jumping. So it's like 11 o'clock. I am freaking beat, and I just so badly want these done, but I'm not just gonna, you know, skimp out. This part has to be done correctly, otherwise you risk, you know, transmission falling out of your car. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna revisit this probably tomorrow and evaluate, you know, what's going on. Like I showed you guys, I laid a bead on a test piece and it was just fine. But when you put it on the car, I'm wondering, you know, when you put it on the car, it ain't having any of that. So what I'm wondering is if it has to do with the ground in the thin metal of the transmission tunnel. Very frustrating. But this is just kind of how it is, man. There's so many little hiccups like this. It's more of the reality of building these cars. So we'll get the trans tabs done, and we'll get it up in the car, and we'll have this thing done in no time. So anyway, if you like these kind of videos, hit that subscribe button below. Like this video too, that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next one.